Curry. I'm the communications manager here at the park, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining us today to celebrate our birthday. We are so excited for this day. It was May 3rd, 1975, 40 years ago today, when the official grand opening happened. Those gates opened and more than 50,000 people came through and enjoyed King's Dominion for the first time, and here we are today. We couldn't be more excited, and it's because of all of you that this has been possible, and we keep doing what we're doing, so thank you. I would now like to introduce Lou Dean, who spent many hours here at King's Dominion broadcasting for WRVA right under that Eiffel Tower. Lou, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Caitlin. Many of you may remember I was an all-night disc jockey on WRVA back in the 1970s. And when King's Dominion announced that they were going to build a theme park a few miles north of Richmond in Hanover County, they kept all of us in the media in the loop and informed. And one of the first things King's Dominion did was build a temporary theater over in that area to show the movie, to build a happy place. It showed bulldozers clearing the land, and it showed what King's Dominion hoped to be, the design for what would eventually become King's Dominion. You may remember one of the first attractions at King's Dominion was Lion Country Safari. And if you came through the gates 40 years ago today, you could go through Lion Country Safari on a monorail, you could ride the Rebel Yell roller coaster, and go on the log flume, and you'd see many of the attractions you can still see today. The Eiffel Tower, Main Street behind me, many of the attractions, Old Virginia area, and for several years I would broadcast each weekend from WRVA's radio studio right underneath the Eiffel Tower, and you can see it behind you over there. And each year I would see a new attraction being built. Every year, it seemed year upon year upon year, they would increase your experience here at the park and increase the value to you here at the park. It was fun to watch an ingenious new ride come to be here at the park and to watch people enjoy it. Now, the folks here at King's Dominion thought it would be interesting if I would share with you a couple of anecdotes about my experience at the park. And I frankly am too embarrassed to tell you about the time that I was the master of ceremonies for a performance by David Copperfield. I almost killed David Copperfield. I was on the stage talking about his upcoming act and how great magic was, and he was almost smothering to death inside the apparatus that was magically to produce him when the curtains opened. And behind me I could hear, "Get off the stage, get off the stage." And the other time that I really too personally embarrassed to tell you about is when I had almost the fear of death on one of the tamest roller coasters in the park. 40 years ago, King's Dominion's goal was to build a happy place. And each year, King's Dominion has added attractions and improved your experience. Today, I think you'll agree that King's Dominion has exceeded the goal of building a happy place, and today they have built the happiest place. We are here in Hanover County, and I'd like to introduce you to you the Henry District Supervisor on the Hanover Board of Supervisors, Mr. Shawn Davis. Shawn?
Well, good afternoon.
Hey.
Really, we're at a theme park. Good afternoon. Hey. Happy birthday to King's Dominion, right? Well, I'll be very brief. I'm Shawn Davis. I sit on the Board of Supervisors for Hanover County. On behalf of the board, thank you for having us as your guest. We wish you a very happy birthday and welcome everybody here to King's Dominion today. I'll tell you, they gave me a couple of talking points, and some of the things that they said were, talk about the economic driver that King's Dominion is. Well, they're an economic driver. A lot of tax dollars, a lot of employment, so we thank you. They said, talk about some of the things that they do for Hanover. Will you make Hanover a better place? So those are all the sterile things. Let me tell you what King's Dominion really is. They're good people, they're great partners that are part of this community and make Hanover a better place each and every day. And I mean that. Sure, people come here and spend money, and if you're here today, we would ask that you spend a lot of money because your tax dollars are needed. So buy funnel cakes, kids. Don't worry about it. Get what you want. Mom and Dad have you covered. But the reality is this. This is a happy place. Y'all are more than partners, but you are great partners. You're more than business accounts for us in our accounts receivable. You're friends. You're family. I worked here a number of years ago. I worked at Livingston's, and I told this young lady, Amy here, I had a hat just like that. And I had to make sure that that hat was on the right way every day before I walked out. Because the experience was, we want you to see our best. And by golly, this place is the best. There's no doubt about it. So on behalf of the board, we thank you for your partnership. We thank you for your commitment and your investment in Hanover County. But we thank you for your friendship. You mean a lot to us. Each and every day, it is almost immeasurable what you do to make our community a better place. And we're so very, very grateful. So congratulations, happy birthday, and here's to another 40 years. Thank you, Kings Dominion.
Good afternoon, everyone. Who's having a good time today? I want to thank everyone for coming out to celebrate our 40th birthday. And I also want to thank the calendar for allowing it to fall on a Sunday so we can do this on a weekend. My name is Greg, Greg Talley. I'm the HR director here at Kings Dominion. And I just want to say welcome. And I can still remember 22 years ago, my very first shift working here at Kings Dominion, and what an amazing, amazing experience it was. That day, that very first shift, and those experiences as a teenager are why I continue to work here today. So I'm up here for the very reason of thanking 40 years of associates. Nearly 90,000 employees have come through the gates of this park and worked since we opened. So many of them, all of them, have gone on to do bigger and better things, but we like to know that they all started here. So I'd like to take a moment from the 1970s and our characters to today, our clown band and everyone else I see out here in the audience. If the crowd could please give a round of applause for all of our hardworking, dedicated associates. At this time, I'd like to call Pat Jones, the General Manager of Kings Dominion, to the podium.
Good afternoon. You know, in 1979, I started here. So I'm not quite as old as the park working here, but I came here in 1979 to earn money for college. I fell in love with the place, and I've been in and around it ever since. And now I'm the general manager of this place, and I love it, and absolutely love it. To have the opportunity on a day like today when it's sunny, to see families come out and enjoy a beautiful day together. In the early days of the park in 1975, 1976, I remember my father brought us up here. 7 kids, mom and dad. We saw to build a happy place. We rode, we went out to see the animals, and it was such a magical memory. And that's what this place is about, making memories for families. This morning or this afternoon, I stopped at the front gate and I saw a family. They had 4 adults, 6 kids, and they stopped for a photo. And I'm thinking that's what Kings Dominion is all about. Families being together, creating memories, and having fun experiences. So in 1975, in Doswell, Virginia, Kings Dominion came, and fun was born. And it has been living here ever since. And I am very proud to be a part of that. So with that, I want to dedicate, we have a plaque that's going to sit outside of our front gates that will commemorate the start of Kings Dominion. So let me read this real quick. I guess I'm a little bit behind. For the fireworks, not necessarily for me. But this is what the plaque that will go outside of our gate says. To all who enter these gates, welcome. You are entering a land full of fantasy and thrills, a special place dedicated to family fun. May your day be filled with memories you will cherish with your family and friends for years to come. Rededicated May 3rd, 2015. Thank you very much for coming out, and please spend the rest of the day having a wonderful time here at Kings Dominion.